Arps killing it softly. How are you doing? I hope you're a lots better than me. Anyways, thought I'd just kind of introduce myself. I ain't here trying to blow any smoke up people's ass. I really, uh, I really have a good grasp on the human condition, and the things I know do tend to help me, and I've helped a lot of people, like in my little world, people that I've like touched and communicated with in person, at school, at bars, in the living room, coffee shops, park benches, just typical stranger conversations and even acquaintance conversations or work co-workers conversations. I've helped them from helping their heartburn to helping their bad backs to helping their shoulder pains, helping their headaches and migraines, and helping their self-esteem, helping their focus, helping their addictions. This is stuff that I've done. Possibly one day I'll be able to get some people to kind of testify about it, right? But I don't have a lot of fans. Like I used to have a lot of fans. The When I have a party, 100 people would show up. I mean, without in a blink. Now you can see just me and all my friends hanging out. The But I want to tell you kind of where I come from in life and maybe why I grew a little bit more outside the box than most. I'm gonna start from the beginning because what other place is there to start. So my mom was married to this guy named David Young, and apparently she got raped by this other guy called Mike Latham. At the same time, she's fooling around with a guy named Ed Pilot, or Joseph Edward Pilot, more accurately, Joseph. To me, I just called him Dad because he was the only dad I knew. Anyways, the my mom was 6 months pregnant when she moved in with this Joseph Edward Pilot, and in 1970, that was kind of taboo. Like specifically, Pilot was married to somebody else, and my mom was married to somebody else. It just was really taboo back then. So my mom was taking a lot of shit about being pregnant with me. So she actually resented me from the time that she found out that she was pregnant. She was not happy. She wanted it over. And it would have been over, but she was in a custody battle for my older sister with the father. So it wasn't a really great idea to have a child aborted when you're going to custody battle. Kind of, I guess, is conflict of interest. So I made it out of the womb. She still didn't like me. She still didn't want me. She didn't. She resented me. So I didn't get fed. She tried to starve me to death, literally. But every Tuesday, she would go to bingo, her and some of her friends. And my stepfather, who's a working stiff, go to sleep at 9 o'clock, up at 6 o'clock or 5:30 probably, and at the job at 7 o'clock. He couldn't stand the crying because that's all I did was crying because I was starving to death. He would cram in 2 big Tupperware bowls of paddle in me every Tuesday when my mom was at bingo. And that was the only night a week he would get asleep. It was the only night that I didn't cry. And then after like 5 or 6 weeks of this, 8 weeks of it, everybody realized that she wasn't feeding me. So then everybody fed me. Then by the time I was 6 months old, and there's pictures of me to prove this, I weighed 29 3/4 pounds at 6 months old. My 2-year-old only weighed 32 pounds or something at 2-year-old. It was faster to jump over me than walk around me. But everybody fed me. Like, it wouldn't matter. Visitors, sisters, uncles, whatever. Anytime somebody seen me, they'd give me something because they knew my mom was a mental case. So I survived. The ironically, or not, I don't know if it's ironic's not the right, not necessarily the right word, but I remember everything. And this is my first memory in life. I don't remember like anything before this, but I remember almost everything after this. And it was the day I started walking. I was 11 months old, and that's the day I became conscious. And I remember seeing feet walk through the kitchen and having the very conscious thought of, I can do that. And I stood up and did it. And if you can imagine the difference in perspective of somebody that's been crawling, so really your head's about 6 or 8 inches off the floor, to the perspective of 2 feet tall, which is like, that's a huge difference. It's twice the height perspective. It's like standing on a stepladder. You you know, you're 6 feet tall, and that's your whole perspective is at the 6 foot level. Then you get to the top of a 6 foot stepladder, and your perspective has drastically changed. Well, my perspective going from crawling to standing up drastically changed, and I instantly could see stuff that was on the table that I couldn't see before. And like the helpful kid I am, I seen this bottle of Black Tower. I didn't know it was Black Tower at the time, but I know it now. This Black Tower booze, and I knew my parents would want to drink some, so I figured I'll show off my new legs and carry this into the living room for them. Well, you can imagine it didn't go over so good because I've been walking for about 30 seconds and I didn't make it but 6 feet before I fell on a tile floor and smashed that bottle of Black Tower underneath me. Horrific. No shirt on, just a diaper. And you know, when a little kid falls carrying something, they're kind of running. And I remember this totally perfect, like taking it off the table and turning and running into the living room and smashing it, all in about a second and a half. And it must have been a Sunday because my mother freaked out. And at first I thought she was scared, like, because I just fallen on a bunch of glass and I should be shredded. Right off the hop, I didn't have a mark from any of the glass, and the bottle exploded in between my chest and the floor. Not one cut. Now my mom runs up to me in a panic and picks me up, or I think she's running up in a panic, but she's actually running up in a rage. And she picks me up like this and lifts me up, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm okay, Mom. And she turns, and then she just slams me, and I mean she throws me onto the tile floor. onto the tile floor, and the second that my body hits the tile floor, she boots me like a football punt. I'm 11 months old. I had no problem crawling after that right underneath the coffee table, where she would proceed to try to kick me underneath the coffee table, literally smashing her shins off the side of the coffee table in a psychotic rage, trying to kick me. She didn't. Joseph pulled her off and was like, "What, are you crazy?" That was the day I started walking. So if you're interested in more of this story, it didn't get any better for for the remainder. You know, it ain't better now. She still resents me. My stepfather Joseph never would accept me. The it's an interesting story and tragic story, and I've never really told the story from start to finish, and I believe it's worth telling. And I'd love to share it with all yous. And so come along for the ride. I'm gonna tell you my life story. That's just the first year of my existence, and there's lots more coming. So hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment, follow me, come along for the ride.